Hey guys, it's Anaya. I was about to say Naya Reacts, but we not Naya Reacts no more. This is Naya Sherelle TV. Welcome back, guys. I know it's been a minute. I haven't uploaded a video in a whole month, and let's just get straight into it. Like, your girl needed to really find herself. Okay. When I say find myself, I mean taking some time off just to regroup, refocus, and figure out exactly what does Sanaya want, right? I think so many times we get so caught up with what other people want for our lives that we forget we are our own person. And it's good to have people around you that give you their opinions of you. But for me, I was just like, you know what does Sanaya want? And I'm happy to say that the past month has really helped me really gain focus on who I am, who I want to be, the vision for my life, right? So that's what this video is going to be. But this is for you. It's not for me, but it's some tips that I learned along the way that I hope that you all can gain from it. Because let's just get straight into it. Like, we live in a world where we are influenced by everything, everyone, and it's so easy to absorb other people's energy. It's so easy to get influenced, right? And not to say that you can't, get insights from other people, because I think that having the right people around you and you seeing certain things about people, it helps also build what you want for your life. But scratch all of that, right? You should know who you are before you get influenced by anyone. So if you are stuck right now, you're saying, you know what, Naya, I am really struggling with my identity, right? I'm really struggling to figure out what I want in life. I have a feeling, I have a sense of who I am, but I just don't know. This video is for you. If you have no clue what your purpose is, you're just stuck and you tried everything. You went to the seminars, you bought the books, you've listened to this podcast, you listened to this influencer, and you are just like, you know what? I still don't know what I want. I've invested so much money, I've invested so much time and energy into all of these things, but I don't know what it is that I'm supposed to do. This video is for you. So get a notepad and your notes. I don't know if y'all old school like me. I have a pen and paper. I'm a little old school. But get your notes, get everything out, and let's have a conversation. All right. Y'all like my little fancy. I try, I'm gonna have like a little fancy drink every time I do a video, but y'all, this is just water. It's nothing. I just tried to make a little fancy to add a lemon to it, but yes, gotta stay hydrated. Ladies and gentlemen, 8 glasses per day. That's the recommendation. That's the requirement. So make sure you get y'all 8 glasses of water a day. All right. So how do you become a better version of yourself? How do you get remotivated? Say you're just stuck in this place, right? Say you are just like, man, I know what it is that I want. I do. But then again, I don't. I just want you to just breathe. Take some time to meditate. I mean, cut out all the noise, no music, no distractions. Take time for yourself and just breathe. Let's start with that. Okay. I need for you to regain focus and be so intentional about figuring out what you want. Scratch all the noise, scratch all the seminars, all the ebooks, all the whatever. Focus on you. Okay? That's number one. Number two, I want you to, as you're meditating, I want you to envision who you want to be. I want you to close your eyes and I want you to think of the best version, the highest version of yourself. I want you to focus in on that person, whether it's you being in the best shape of your life, whether it's you being the wealthiest man that you can possibly be, whether it's you influencing people in a positive way, whether it's you giving to the poor, whether it's you having that career. I want you to envision who your highest self is. And if you need to do that right now, do it. But that is who you are called to be. Not what you see other people doing, not what you're influenced by, but that is who you are created to be. So with that being said, number 3, we are going to set goals for yourself. I'm going to make a whole different video about that on setting goals, because as this generation, millennials, Gen Zs, if you are older generation that's watching my videos, I think y'all are more into setting goals. But for my millennials and Gen Zs, I think many of us don't know how to set goals for ourselves. We know what we want. We're big into the manifestations and all of that, but we have little to no clue on how to set goals for ourselves and to hold ourselves accountable for those goals. So what I want y'all to do after you envision who you are, I want you to set goals for yourself. And you're like, Naya, I don't even know how to set goals for myself. I know it can be a bit complex. Like I said, I'm going to probably make a video on goal setting, but just start by writing things down that you want to achieve. Whether it's being, say you're envisioning yourself to be in the most top-notch shape. You got the abs, you got the flat stomach, you got the booty, whatever, all of that. How do you get to that? You can't just continue doing what you're doing. You can't keep eating junk food and expect to get abs. You can't, like, even if you want to go the surgery route, you still have to be at a decent body weight to get there. So, for example, ladies, if you want to be in top tier shape, you have to set a goal for, okay, I'm going to lose this amount of pounds by this date. That's it. And then after you set that goal, you set action plans, action items. Okay, I say that I'm going to lose 30 pounds by this date. How do I do that? And then you just write the details. I go to the gym 5 to 6 times a day and I do 30 minutes of cardio, 30 minutes of strength training. Boom, there you go. Fellas, I want to be a millionaire by the time I'm 40 years old. Okay, how do you get to becoming a millionaire in by the age 40? You probably have to work 2-3 jobs for the next 3 to 5 years. You're probably going to have to focus like a laser. You're not going to be able to go out and party every weekend. You're going to have to be a lot more disciplined than the average person who doesn't want to be a millionaire by age 40. Okay. So that is how you set goals. And I'll get into it a little bit later, but don't be too hard on yourself. And I have a huge problem with that sometimes. I can be really hard on myself because I believe that I am my own worst critic, but you have to give yourself grace. You have to be kind to yourself. You have to be kind to your mind, because your mind is the starting point of everything. All right. Whew, let me take a sip of water. And y'all share your thoughts in the comments. Share some of your goals that you're currently working on, because honey, we are in July. We are halfway into this year. I can't believe it. Can y'all? July 2024. I remember when we were in 2020, when this whole pandemic hit. And now, like, we're halfway done with this year. That's crazy. And I'm hoping that this video will motivate you to get it together. Get up off of your butt. Stop making those excuses. Just stop making excuses. That's number one. This is not a part of becoming a better you in my list, but this is just me speaking freely. Stop making excuses. Stop saying, oh, well, I'll do this next year. I'll do this in a couple of months. No, do it now. You don't have time to waste. And guess what? Even if you have the best of friends around you, you are still responsible for you, and you have to do what it takes to get to be where you want to be. And the excuses cannot come with you. So stop making excuses. We are in July of 2024. Execute those goals. Write those goals down first and execute. And let's go. All right. Number 4, remove negativity. Okay. This is so important. So important because we don't realize, but the people around us truly have a big influence and impact on our lives. And if you have negative people in your life, it's going to be very hard for you to get to the place where you're supposed to be, because humans are going to be humans. In human nature, people get jealous, people get envious. They don't want you to excel. Even the most kind and genuine people, they still will try and hold you back because of certain things that you're trying to do in your life. So it's important for you to understand these things and to remove negative people from your life ASAP. Okay? The people around you, which brings me to my next point, replace wrong people with the right people in your life. With positive people, they'll motivate you. They'll inspire you. They'll want you to become better. They'll even challenge you. And my biggest advice to you, ladies and gentlemen, don't have people in your life that are trying to do the same thing that you're doing. I know that that's like, ooh, what? Shouldn't all of my people in my circle, my tribe be on the same? No. Y'all should all be motivated. Y'all should all have goals that you're trying to achieve, but have some people in your life that are going in different directions. And the reason why I say that is because when you have people in your circle that are doing the same things that you're doing, 9 times out of 10, they're going to try and compete with you. And competition isn't a bad thing, but you don't want your closest people around you to be trying to compete with you. Those people around you should be trying to motivate you to excel you, and challenge you. Challenging and competition are 2 different things, in my opinion. Challenging is we're growing together. We're going through things together. I may be on a higher level than you, but I'm going to bring you up there with me. Competition is like we're rushing. We're on the same path, and you better get there before I do. Or by any means, I'm going to get there before you do. So if that makes sense, yeah. And with positive people, they just put you in this really inspiring mood. And that's where you want to be. Great people have great people around them. And negative people, 9 times out of 10, have negative people around them. So be intentional about the type of people that you entertain and the type of people that you keep around, because that's going to really have a huge impact on your life. And excuse me. Even family, you're going to have to cut ties with some people. That's just life. And some family will just not understand. They'll be like, "Oh, you acting bougie. Oh, you acting different. Oh, yes, I am. Yes, I am." And if you know anything about being great, you go through certain phases in your life where you're not going to be the same person. People who have been married for years, they'll tell you they go through certain phases with their spouses, with their partners, where you change. Change is not a bad thing, but for some people, it's a curse word, honey. And people who don't like change, I'm just telling y'all right now, don't put them in your circle because you are going to change, especially if you're growing into that person that you envision yourself to be. You're going to change. There are going to be certain things in your life where you're going to have to change. And it's not going to be easy. Trust me, I think I'm in like the earlier phases of cutting people off, and it's not easy, especially when you're a kind person and you want the best for everyone, but you have to realize that not everyone wants the best for you. But guess what? You have control over who you allow in your life and who you don't allow in your life. So, next point. Take risk. This is so important. I think once we gather momentum and we realize, okay, this is what I need to do to be the person that I want to be, and you get comfortable, and then you start having opportunities presented to you, and you're like, man, like, whew, this seems nice, but I don't know if I'm ready. Don't question it. Now, don't get me wrong. You should be smart about how you calculate your risk, and risk management. I'm all about risk management and calculating your risk. But if you don't try, how are you going to know if it's right for you? You know, you have to, because that's life. If you don't try it, what's going to eat you alive is knowing that it could have worked, but you didn't give it a shot. And then also, it can be a learning opportunity for you. If it does not work, then you just be like, okay, well, I know what works for me and what doesn't. It's a win-win if you look at it that way. Perspective is key. And it's so important for you to have a sharp mentality, have a positive mentality, because no matter what happens, you'll see it as an opportunity, either for your detriment or for your good. And either or, it can be used for you. If the opportunity fails, at least you know it didn't work and what not to do next time. You know how many people turn down opportunities every day because it seems like it's too much of a risk? And then they look at other people who are successful and they wonder, like, man, I wish I had that. But guess what? Little do you know, that person who is successful, they tried 100 times and failed 99 of those times until that one shot. That's the key to success. It just takes one time. You may fail over and over again, but with successful people, we have a tenacious mentality. We are not going to give up. We're not going to give up. And if you want to be on the winning team, if you want to become that person that you envision yourself to be, you're going to have to become tenacious. You're going to have to build up that character. You're going to have to build up courage. And you might be like, oh, if I do this, oh, I'm going to lose everything. Oh, if I do this, I'm going to listen. If you want it bad enough, you'll risk it. And it might not work out for you, but there is always opportunity. As long as you have breath in your lungs, as long as you wake up every single day, you have another shot. So take risks. Next, which I love, this is my favorite part, write declarations and manifestations over your life and things that you want. And for me, I just like the idea of putting things out there. I like to speak things into existence. As a little girl, I've always been very, very determined. And I just have that mentality, like nobody can stop me, okay? Nobody can stop me from doing the things that I want to do. It's just not going to happen. Yeah, nobody is going to stop me from doing the things that I want to do. The only one who can stop me is God. And sometimes God has to put a pause button on me because I move so fast ahead of myself. You're like, whoa, Sanaa, you need to chill out. You're doing too much. And I need that a lot of times. I do, because knowing me, I'll just keep going and going and going and won't stop. But yeah, learn to have that mentality sometimes, and believe that you can and you will. And for those who speak things against you, you have the power to reverse that. When someone says you can't do that, and you know in your heart that you can do it, do it. Now, don't get me wrong. Now, I'm going to say this. Y'all be mad at me if y'all want to. But if you want to be a singer and because many people have told you you're not a singer, choose a different path. That ain't for you. Now that no is a no, okay? Let's be real. But if you know that you are this beautiful woman and you want to do so many things in life, you want to be a model, you want to do things like that, go for it. Go for it. And you might have people around you that may say, oh, if you do this might happen. Get rid of those people, okay? Don't allow someone's opinion of you change the trajectory of your life. Okay. So back to writing declarations and manifestations. I want you to, once you set your goals, once you've envisioned your highest self, I want you to declare these things of your life. I want you to speak those things every morning that you wake up. When you get yourself together, I want you to, whether you write it on your wall, your bathroom mirror, wherever you are, first thing in the morning, speak those things over your life. First, I want you to take a deep breath. And then I want you to speak those declarations over your life. I want you to put it into the atmosphere and say what you want. For example, back to the example of being in the best shape of your life. I want you to say, I will be the best version of myself by 2026. And I want you to believe it. I don't want you to just look at it and be like, I will be the best version of myself. No, I want you to say it with confidence, with boldness, and believe it from your heart every morning. And the same thing, fellas, if you want to be a millionaire by the time you're 40, do the same thing. Write that manifestation on your mirror and say that before you head out, before you start your day, because that will put it out. Because our mouth, our words are so powerful. And when we continue to say it, we are attracting those things to us. We are attracting everything that we're saying. And while we're talking about speaking things, have you ever thought about this? I need to get a straw. I'm out of straws. I think it will look a lot better if I just drink out of a straw, but whatever. Have you ever, I'm thinking of this example that I saw. It was like a video a long time ago when this person did an experiment on speaking to his plant. Like every morning he or she would speak like positive affirmations to their plant. And then they did an experiment where they did the opposite. They spoke negative affirmations over the plant. And they noticed that there was a difference between the positive affirmations and the negative, that the plant actually did really terrible when they spoke negative affirmations to it versus when they were speaking positive affirmations to it, and it began to grow. and look a lot healthy. That is a great example of our tongue and our mouth. Just like the Bible says about we can speak life and death through it, we can speak blessings and curses from it too. So when you are speaking the correct things and the positive things, you're going to receive back what you speak. So keep that in mind. And then lastly, I just want to say, like I said earlier, don't be hard on yourself. I know you want to achieve things. I know some people have higher expectations of themselves more than others, but give yourself some grace. It's okay to mess up. It's okay not to achieve your goal at the time that you set it. Things happen, obstacles come in our way. But what I will say, it's not about what happens to you, it's about how you choose to handle it. I've gone through some things, but through every single time, I have become stronger because I decided in my mind, in my life, that I will not let things that happen in my life defeat me. Okay? I choose to walk in positivity. I choose to be the woman that God has called me to be, whether I fail or whether I don't. And you know what that is called? That is called having character built within you. Life is going to life, okay? Life is going to life, honey. Things are going to happen. It's going to happen. Trust me. But it's how you come out that defines who you are, okay? So keep that in mind. Don't give up on your goals just because it gets hard, just because obstacles come, just because you get laid off, just because you don't get the promotion that you believe that you deserve. Someone betrayed you. Things like that. It's going to happen, but what's important is how you handle it. So I hope this helped you guys. This was, I've been gone for a minute, but I was like, you know what? This is like my first video coming back, and I wanted to do something that would really help you guys. That's the platform that I'm trying to set going forward. I know I was doing a lot of reactions before, but now I just want to create more content that's going to benefit you guys, and that's really going to help you to become the best version of yourselves, because that's what's important. We can have all of this content on what's going on, my opinion, blah blah blah, and I'll do that every now and then, but it's really important that we have talks like this, because I know that there are ladies, there are men that don't really get genuine advice like this. Like, people have so many things to say now, okay? But I'm speaking from experience, and I hope that this helps you guys. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Share this with your friends. Don't forget to comment below. Share your thoughts and your opinions on what you want to see in the future of my channel, topics, all that stuff. So until next time, bye you guys.